Oh my goodness, the tea is scalding hot today, and we need to talk about this juicy drama between Kendall Jenner and Rihanna that's been brewing for years. And let me tell you, it's getting messy because Kendall might finally be getting her sweet revenge on Riri and ASAP Rocky after all the shade that's been thrown her way over the years. Let's spill all the tea, shall we? Everyone knows Rihanna has never been a fan of Kendall or any of the Kardashian sisters, but there's something special about her dislike for Kendall. And honey, the rumors about why she can't stand Kendall will make your jaw drop. Word on the street is that Kendall and Rihanna's baby daddy, ASAP Rocky, used to be an item. But that's not even the spiciest part. Apparently, Kendall tried to get with Rocky after he started dating Riri. You know our girl Rihanna doesn't play when it comes to her man, but here's where it gets interesting. Kendall might be having the last laugh because ASAP Rocky's trial is going terribly wrong. With this new witness testimony coming out, let's just say he's probably kicking himself for not taking that plea deal they offered him. The question on everyone's mind is, what does Kendall have to say about Rocky potentially going to jail? And did she really throw shade at Rihanna over this whole mess? Now let me take you back in time because this story has layers, darling. Kendall and Rocky's relationship wasn't just some casual fling. We're talking serious enough for them to attend the Met Gala together. And if you know anything about celebrity culture, you know that's not something you do unless things are pretty serious or you're pulling a publicity stunt. But this seemed like the real deal. All the fans have been connecting the dots, and they're convinced this relationship between Rocky and Kendall is the real reason behind all the tension with Rihanna. And let me tell you, Rihanna has never been shy about her feelings toward the Kardashians. She's made it crystal clear she's not a fan of the family, but there's something extra spicy about her attitude toward Kendall specifically. This beef goes way, way back. We're talking since Kendall was just a teenager. Can you believe it? The drama started when 17-year-old Kendall innocently tweeted about wanting Rihanna to perform Complicated at some event, saying it was her favorite song. But Rihanna? Oh honey, she wasn't having any of it. She clapped back with a cold, "Well, don't come." The shade of it all. But wait, there's more tea to spill. A source close to Rihanna revealed that she couldn't stand how Kendall's entire career seemed to be handed to her on a silver platter because of her wealthy, famous family. You see, Rihanna had to work her way up from the bottom, and she takes immense pride in that journey. While she's not totally against nepotism babies, she can't stand the ones who act like their family connections didn't play a huge role in their success. And Kendall? Well, she practically proved Rihanna's point when she did that now infamous interview where she actually shamed other models for how hard they worked. Remember when she said, "Since the beginning, we've been super selective about what shows I would do. I was never one of those girls who would do like 30 shows a season or whatever the F those girls do, more power to them." Talk about tone deaf. The public shade between these two is absolutely delicious. There was this moment at the 2018 Met Gala that had everyone gasping. According to an eyewitness, Rihanna was standing next to Kendall at the bar and loudly proclaimed, "Good thing I have curves to pull this outfit off. I would hate to be a stick figure." Then, and this is the best part, she just stared at Kendall, laughed in her face, and walked away. The drama, but it gets even juicier. Remember when Rihanna's close friend model Jordan Dunn got kicked out of the Victoria's Secret fashion show to make room for Kendall? Rihanna was booked to perform, but when she found out about this disrespect to her friend, she said absolutely not and pulled out of the show completely. Jordan even tweeted, "Feeling so much better about not doing BS. Sorry, I mean VS now that Rihanna isn't doing it also." The shade was real. Fast forward to the 2021 Savage X Fenty show, and guess who was notably absent? Miss Kendall Jenner herself. And this wasn't just a coincidence. Rihanna made sure to invite Kendall's besties Gigi and Bella Hadid, but Kendall? Sorry, not sorry, no invitation for you. And don't even get me started on how Rocky's been treating Kendall since he got with Rihanna. There's this iconic moment during a fashion show where Kendall was walking the runway and the cameras caught Rocky and Rihanna's faces. Let's just say their expressions spoke volumes about how they felt about Miss Jenner's catwalk. Now, this is where things get really interesting because karma might be coming for Rocky in a major way. The trial he's facing isn't just some minor legal trouble. We're talking about potentially 24 years in prison. That's not just a few months or years, that's missing his children's entire childhood, their college graduations, everything. And let's be real, what are the chances Rihanna's going to stick around for all that time? So what did Rocky do to deserve such a long prison sentence? Well, buckle up because this story is wild. It all started with a heated argument with his fellow ASAP mob member, ASAP Rocky. What began as a verbal dispute quickly escalated into something much more serious when Rocky allegedly pulled out a gun and started shooting. While Riri only got grazed by a bullet, thank goodness. Things could have been so much worse. But here's where it gets really messy. Riri's legal team is claiming this wasn't just some heat-of-the-moment thing. They're saying Rocky actually planned this whole confrontation. According to them, he lured Riri to a remote location under the pretense of talking things out. The lawyers dropped this bomb in their statement. Unbeknownst to Mr. Efron, ASAP Rocky was not just planning for a conversation and came armed with the semi-automatic. After arriving at the location, a conversation ensued whereby, without provocation, warning, or any justification, ASAP Rocky produced the handgun and intentionally fired multiple shots at Mr. Efron. Y'all, if the prosecutors can prove this was premeditated, Rocky is in serious trouble, and with video evidence floating around, things are not looking promising for him at all. The drama reached its peak in April 2022 when Rocky was arrested at LAX. Talk about bad timing. He and Rihanna had just returned to the US when law enforcement moved in. The LAPD didn't waste any time releasing a statement about the whole situation. They laid out exactly what went down that night in November 2021, and it doesn't paint a pretty picture for Rocky. While he managed to post that hefty $550,000 bail and get out within hours, this legal battle is far from over. By August 2022, Rocky was in court pleading not guilty, but things have only gotten worse since then. The updates coming in are not looking good for him at all, and just when you thought it couldn't get any more dramatic, there's actual video evidence of Rocky pulling a gun on Riri.
When you said he pointed it at you, where on your body was it pointing?
Like towards my stomach, like towards like my headish a little. Like everything was happening so fast. So fast, you know what I mean?
And from what you're describing, was it moving?
Yeah, it was moving. He had it up.
Okay, so he didn't just hold it at your stomach. It was kind of
No, he was looking for a spot to shoot.
Okay.
Like if Elijah wasn't there, I don't know what would happen.
And you said as he was pointing it at you, what did he say?
I'll kill you right now.
And was that in an angry tone?
Yeah, he was livid.
The situation got even more serious when Riri's testimony took things to a whole new level. He's not just saying Rocky shot him in anger, he's claiming Rocky deliberately tried to kill him. This changes everything about the case. What might have started as self-defense or an accident is now being painted as an intentional act of violence. And here's the most mind-boggling part of all this. Rocky was offered a plea deal that would have given him just 180 days in jail, and he'd probably only serve about 90 days of that. The deal included a 7-year suspended sentence with 3 years of probation. That's practically nothing compared to the 24 years he's facing now. Everyone was shocked when he turned down such a sweet deal. I mean, we're talking about potentially missing his children's entire childhood versus spending just 3 months behind bars. It's absolutely wild that he's willing to take such a massive gamble with his future. The stakes couldn't be higher, and this decision to go to trial could end up being the biggest mistake of his life. If things go south, he won't just miss his kids' childhood. He'll miss their teenage years and a good chunk of their adult lives too. It's hard to understand why he'd pass up a deal that, while not ideal, would have let him stay in his children's lives. But here we are, waiting to see how this trial plays out, with Rocky betting everything on beating these charges. Meanwhile, Kendall's probably watching all this drama unfold from a safe distance, maybe thinking about how karma really does come back around. The question is, will Rocky's bold gamble pay off? Or is he about to learn the hard way that sometimes it's better to take the deal when it's offered? The deal when it's